Hello and welcome. My name is DW and this is my little slice of the internet I like to call Dub's Beauty Diary. Today we have Those Eyeshadows. Anyway, if you couldn't tell, I love this project. It just takes the stress out of my large collection down to a little makeup bag, and that is awesome in my opinion. Okay, let's start. So let's start with the one that was in the project the oldest, which is Blueberry Muffin, BH Blueberry Muffin palette. The shade that was chosen for me is Hot and Fresh. I will show you what it looked like when I rolled it in here. And here is what we are looking like now. There is a pan. Oh. Can you see it? Can you see the shiny pan there? I mean, it's the same color as the eyeshadow, so it's kind of hard to see, but there is a pan. It took 26 uses to hit pan on Hot and Fresh in this palette. I also, with my Pan Those Eyeshadows, I have the challenge of using each shade at least one time. We'll just look at the palette again, but I have done that, and here is how many times I've used each shade. So I used Hot and Fresh the most, obviously, with 26, and then this shade right here, Fluffy, I used this one 5 times, would be the second most. I really like this palette. Yeah, I really like this palette. I'm so glad I have this in my collection, but we will be rolling her out. The next palette that I've had in the longest since the intro is my Millennial Pinks palette by Melt. This is what, okay, I had rolled in the shade Modern Love. Here's what she looked like when I started. And after 25 uses, here's what she looks like now. Not much difference. I was kind of using it right, oh, you could see a baby dip. I was using it right down on this edge right here. 25 uses. And I did use every other shade in the palette at least one time, with this pink leather shade being the second most popular one, 7 times. The only shades I did not like in this palette were these 2 darker grays. They were pretty patchy on me, but every other shade was good. I love this palette. So we will be rolling Millennial Pinks out. The next shade I had rolled in was my from my Natasha Denona Love palette. I had rolled in the shade Dream, which is the purple matte cream to powder formula, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I have this is what it looked like, the palette looked like before, and here's what it looks like now. I have used that shade 8 times. There's a nice little dent in it. I have used all of the other shades once except for this one, Heart. I haven't used that one yet, so I will use it this next month and hopefully either get the 25 uses or hit pan on this. 8 uses already, and there's some significant damage there. Let me just pull it out with my magnet here so we can look at it a little closer. These palette pans are pretty thick though, so maybe I won't hit pan on it. Who knows? I have to use it 25 times, so 15, 16, 17 more times before I can roll this out. 17 times or pan. All right. So this is staying in. The next thing that I rolled in was my single, and that was ColourPop's Glitterly Obsessed Amuck Amuck Amuck. I have used this 5 times. My goal is to use it 10, so I have 5 more uses, and this works really well with the Dreamer shade in the Natasha Denona palette, so I'm not mad about that. So this is staying in, though it is getting a little dry, even though it's still got the stopper in it. It's not as malleable as it used to be. But 5 more times, then I can decide what I want to do, if I want to declutter it or keep it. Maybe it's just expired. This came out a while ago, so it's the Hocus Pocus one. Amuck Amuck Amuck. Okay, so we are rolling in 2 palettes from my little wheel of destiny. Da, 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 da. Where is my wheel? Spin the wheel app. Okay, so these, the only palettes I roll in for Pan Those Eyeshadows are unused palettes. Yeah. Here is my wheel of unused palettes. It's a lot. It's fine. It's fine. Let's roll 2. Ulta Beauty Thor Love and Thunder, the Valkyrie palette. Okay, let's roll 1 more. And Sydney Grace in Mel's Memory Bundle. Okay, let me go grab those to see what we are working with. Okay, so the first palette we rolled in was the Ulta Beauty Thor Valkyrie palette. It says Valkyrie right there, that's why I named it that in the thing, but it's never, obviously it's never been used. Here are the shades. I don't know what I'm hoping for. A shimmer? Maybe this blue one would be nice. This one would be easy, that cream color. Brown would be an okay liner. Either of the purples. I don't know. I really like this color story, so any of them would be fine with me. Okay, so now we are going to go to the Pretty Random app. Prevent rerolls, clear history, and minimum 1, maximum 8. Okay, here we go. Number 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This dark brown matte called Armored Up. Normally I keep the Shadow Savers in the palettes, but this one is like taped and annoying. There, I just took the tape off. Okay, so let me swatch what is still in the project. There we've got Dreamer from Natasha Denona. That shade is like really crumbly. I don't know if it's just my palette or if that's like a normal thing. Here is the Glitterly Obsessed in Amuck Amuck Amuck. See how they go together pretty nicely? Okay, so now we've got this shade Armored Up. Oh, it's kind of soft. I've never used Ulta Beauty shadows before. The color story never really spoke to me until this one. There we go. Okay. And the I also need to use each shadow in that palette at least one time for me to consider it a complete rollout. Okay, and then we've got in Mel's memory bundle. So I tried to find the palette that she had from Tarte, but I couldn't find it, so I just picked this one. I laid them in here just like she had it. I labeled it with some Scotch tape so I don't move it around. But this is what we are looking like. So there is 20 shades. So minimum 1, maximum 20. Clear history. All right, here we go for the last shadow for my Pan Those Eyeshadows. Number 11. 5, 10, 11. This is a super easy one. It is called Aim High. Just a white with a pink reflect, I believe. Yeah. I've not used Sydney Gray's formula yet, so I'm pretty excited to give it a whirl. But there is my new color story. What do you guys think? It's not very Marchy. I mean, this palette's got some greens in it, so at least I can do some green looks for St. Patrick's Day, but yeah. Come on. That's what we have. So that'll be easy to do all over the lid, liner, inner corner, brow, nonsense. You know how I like to do inner corner, and then from there you can see the glitter. From crease to brow, I like to do a shimmer, and then glitter could either go on the inner corner or it can go on the brow bone highlight or on the lid over the purple. I think all would be pretty beautiful. So yeah, 25 uses or hit pan, no pan left behind style in each of the new palettes. And I still need to use this shade right here, Heart, in this palette before I can roll this palette completely out. And 5 more times for the glitter. But that is everything. So if you like Pan Those Eyeshadows, if you want to keep following along, be sure to hit subscribe and like this video. Is there any like untraditional way you would use this color story? Like, what would you do with this? Or would you do what I pretty much said? Let me know in the comments. But with that being said, we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.